questions are being raised on civil liberties and freedom of expression. The films had a very hard time at the censor board. Our filmmakers were fighting their battle against the hegemony of a haughty empire. Long before the advent of cinema, people turned to various forms of collective activity for entertainment, mainly centered around religious ceremonies and folk expressions. Be it the temple dances from South India and Manipur that gave birth to some of our major classical dance forms, or the North Indian tradition of the Ram Leela and the Ras Leela that married mythology and theatre in their most accessible formats. The tradition of kirtans and qawwalis were born at a place of worship, like temples and dargahs, to give communities a sense of companionship and solidarity. Compared to these age-old practices, cinema is a relatively newer phenomenon. Armed with the proverbial pen, our filmmakers were fighting their battle against the hegemony of a haughty empire. Close to 24 films were released between 1921 and 1947 that either obviously or obliquely depicted the British as oppressors. The British Indian censors made every possible attempt to throttle such messages. The films had a very hard time at the censor board. Indian film directors were forced to find ways to talk about the ongoing freedom struggle without mentioning it directly. The 1952 Cinematograph Act set out the structure of censorship as it stands today, upheld by the Film Certification Board. But even now, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure my colleagues on stage will agree, questions are being raised on civil liberties and freedom of expression.
Khan and Sri Shourabh Ganguly to join Amitji. The very gorgeous Rukmini Moitro. I would also request His Excellency, the Governor of
দেবী দিলীপ কুমার দেখা হবে ওদের কালজয়ী সিনেমা এছাড়াও এবছর স্পেশাল টিকিট দেওয়া হচ্ছে অ্যাংলো লেন্স শ্রী শিব কুমার শর্মা বিখ্যাত ফিল্মমেকার তরুণ মজুমদারকেও আর টোটাল